Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner, and this is going to be my review for Married at First Sight. But no, but you know what? It's the mistakes while being married at first sight, in my opinion. But let's just go ahead and get into this is season 14, episode 8. Okay. I feel like all the couples still aren't like the best or whatever. Okay, but let's go ahead and move on past that. Do not forget to do a couple of things. First thing, okay, two, one, subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, and dot. Okay, you can also make sure to do these things right here. Okay, liking the video, commenting in the comment section because this is a conversation. Okay, I'm here live to talk to y'all. Otherwise, I would have premiered it, talk to myself, and y'all could have talked to me later. But yeah, do not forget, you know what I'm saying, to talk to me and whatnot. Share the video, relax, relate, release, center yourself and everyone around you. And always remember to inhale and exhale because I had a long day today and I have to do these things myself. Okay. You can follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on Twitter and on IG. And if you want to send a monetary gift to my Cash App, please feel free. It's always welcome, not required, but welcome. Okay. But again, look, I'm here plain face in my robe. I got a shirt on here, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just real comfortable. I'm going to probably wear this robe tonight too on the panel. Do not forget the panel is tonight. The Ooh Ladies First panel will be on my channel tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Come have a good time with me and Jamie and Niecy and Bondi because we are your favorite female panel around here, okay? But I want to say thank y'all to the live watchers. Okay, thank you to the people who will come back around here and watch the replay of it all because they couldn't make the live show. Or whatever. I look like I'm either ready for bed or I just woke up with this robe on, honey. But I look, it's still winter in Michigan. Okay, so I'm like, look, I'm trying to be relaxed and everything. But hello to everybody. I'm here, sis, ready for the discussion. Check out my head. Too much went on this week. A lot went on this week. Okay. Hello from Colorado. Colorado. What's in Colorado? What city do I know in Colorado? I don't know. But thank you. Welcome to Colorado. Okay. Hey now. Hello to everyone that is round here and stuff. Okay, we're gonna get these things all up and through. Sis has a clown face. I do have a clown face on me. She's a clown, okay? A full-fledged female clown all up and through her. Look, all up and through Boston, through Puerto Rico, through anywhere Lindsey's at. She is a clown, okay? How was Katina and O turning out to be the best couple? Honey, trickery and foolery, okay, hood, weakness, and bamboozlement because I'm like, yes, how? How? Okay, because I'm like, we don't like that man at all. Yes, be comfortable. Look, look. I woke up, took my shower, and I'm like, I just want to leave my robe on. Okay, I'm gonna have clothes on under, but I just want to be in my robe. I was in my swivel chair over there in my little robe, worked on in here in my look. I had a long work day. Okay, and my day ain't over because again the panel tonight is on my channel. So, honey, I was like, comfort is what it would be today. Okay. I don't have Jaylee and JayBirds. I don't watch this, but I'm here for your commentary. Thank you. I love it when people are here just to hear me talk about stuff, even if y'all don't watch. Okay. Now tomorrow I'm gonna have my review up for Snowfall. What was it tomorrow? But like by tomorrow night, I gotta do Snowfall. I gotta do Johnson Cabaret, the Two Black King Cruise. I'm gonna have that stuff up for y'all this weekend. It's been a long week, okay? Hey Julie, hey. Okay, hello from Indiana. Okay. Lindsey need to keep her mouth shut. She don't want no smoke. She don't want no black woman smoke, period. Okay. Maybe Jasmine, because Jasmine seems to be all nice and down. Anyway, I was initially wrong about Woody, and I might be wrong about Well, see, if you didn't like Woody, no. I assumed before Woody walked down the aisle with Amani, I assume we was gonna be on some bullshit, but I feel like the moment I seen them two in the same room together, in the same space together, to me, Woody's whole dis- disposition, Woody's whole what's it called? The disposition, his whole aura changed, his whole everything changed. So I didn't think from the moment he met Amani that he wasn't gonna be different. Okay, but I feel like Olaf, I call him, he ain't changed to me. He's worse now, but they're the best couple so far. I don't know how. I'm confused about Michael and Jasmina. I think everybody is. Truth be told, that robe is so it is. It's real warm. It's real soft. And I've had this robe, honey, for years. I got it from Lane Bryant probably 5, 6 years ago, and it's still, you know what I'm saying, it's so amazing. Um, Hello everyone, glad to see you, Jaylee. Thank you. I'm glad to see you too. I can see you from here. Okay. I'm loving the red robe. I used to do reviews in my red robe all the time. Maybe like 2 years ago, before I moved to this place, my last place, I was doing it all the time. Um, I love Snowfall. That's my show. I love it too. Okay. Please support the channel by hitting the like button and sharing and subscribing. Please do. Thank you so much. Love you, lady love, for letting them know what to do. It is what, okay. Because I'll be confused sometimes. I'm like, what am I saying? Um, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't feeling with it either. You know, at first I was, and it was like, what's going on here? Cheryl Katina was about to get in Lindsey's tail. She was with the shits today. Okay. Um, honey, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. Thank you, HFG, for the super sticker. Okay. I'm starting to side eye Noy. Honey, side eye, side nose, side lips, side ear, side whole face. My whole face is side whatevering Noy, okay? Because she gets on my damn nerve, okay? Y'all know how to do it. Do what they say to do. Uh red robe, I'm here for it. I'm gonna have the red lipstick on later. I was about to put it on. I was like, I'm gonna wait until the panel tonight. I'm just gonna wait and let it be that. So glad to finally caught a live. I love you. I love you too. I love everybody here who's not here right now, but they're gonna be here later. But let's get into this episode of the foolishness round here. Okay, and as I said, someone tell Lindsey she need to shut up at all times. Okay, at all times. We don't want to do nothing from her. But I feel like this whole episode, this was me this whole episode. I was looking like, what this I feel this moment right here, it just it expressed, okay, how I felt watching this whole episode. Both Katina's face and Olaf's face, and Elijah Wan's face. I was like, yep, that's how I feel. That's how I feel about all of y'all people. But let's get into Steve and Noy, who was the first couple we are going to discuss. Okay. Now look, usually I say Steve and Noy are so boring. I'm like, they wasn't so boring this time, okay? So they were talking about how he did not realize how worried she was about him not having a typical job, okay? He's self-employed. And he brings up how, well, I kind of made the choice not to work. I'm saying I want to build myself up. I want to just do me. I want, but I got money in my savings or whatever. I'm saying I got resources to make some money if I want to go back to work. But I'm trying to figure out my passion and whatnot. And I feel like in the scenes on the show, he never quite explains it right. Okay, even though I get what he means, to the blind eye, they may not get what he means. Now, she brings up how, I just need him to have a game plan. I'm saying I just want, him just figuring it out doesn't really work for me or whatever. It makes me nervous if I feel like he don't have a plan. But I'm like, ma'am, he's just self-employed. And I watched the after show, and I love how Keisha Pulliam said self-employed and unemployed are two different things. You can be real nervous about someone who's unemployed, okay, who don't have no savings, who around here borrow money from every time they can hear you around here. But as we see, Steve plan after he was laid off was to live off his savings and figure out what he wants to do and be a self-employed person here, there, or wherever. So while I get her nervousness, he not a ragamuffin, he not a bum, okay, he not out here just picking and saving from the dollar store and getting you dollar store toilet paper and having you brush your teeth with baking soda and water by y'all. He seems to be doing okay. And he even said on the after show, was it this week or last week? Whenever he said how, I was taking her out, I was spending money here and there. Like, I had money. I wasn't broke. Somebody fire alarm going off. They mad, but I can hear it. So I just want her to, because they only known each other for 10 days. Okay. And while she, at home working or whatever, and he not, I get it can be frustrating, okay? But his thing is like, I got money, like I'm financially okay right now. I'm not broke. I wouldn't mind that only because I understand self-employment. As long as you have income coming in, on some regular basis or whatever, your savings is enough where we're not only spending my money, then we're okay. Okay, we're okay. He needs to explain in detail to her how he makes his money. But I think right now he's not having to make any because he has enough saved. And like I said, I think I said it last week, I was like, well, y'all know for me, I was off work for December because I was on vacation. I only worked 2 days from January 1st until I went back to work on February 1st. Okay. Luckily I had savings. Yes, and I had money to be saved. So I was okay. So sometimes it's about knowing the person may not be able to fully explain what's going on. But if your thing is, this is my job is I'm an engineer of whatever, of boxes. Okay. And I don't have to work for, Box Company LLC. Okay. But what I can do is, because I'm self-employed, I can be freelance and I can work for any company and make money and then not have to report to them on any regular basis. So I get that. I feel like she don't. And but that I'm not gonna know. How did you feel about finding out that Katina was the first one? We're gonna get into that later on. When we're on them, we'll discuss them. Steve ain't communicating. He isn't. But I feel like it's because he think, well, I've said already that I got money, saved up or whatever, and maybe he thinks that's enough. And like he said, I didn't understand that she was so nervous about this thing. So let's have the discussion. So I might would have the discussion. Okay, Chef, he's a bum, but he had a nice size place with no roommate, unlike most of the others. His place was bigger than hers. Her place was full of cat beds. So, whatever. I think knowing her family respect people who based on perceived economic status, she lost respect for him and treated him bad because she was annoyed with his unemployment. And this is the thing, he isn't unemployed because as Keisha and I fully said, there's a difference between unemployment and self-employed, okay? Steve is employable, he's just lazy. I don't believe that either. Self-employed doesn't mean lazy. And once you save enough money to take a break from working, that's okay too. I think people don't think that way because sometimes, we may live check to check. Some people are base things off of, if I'm not working for someone, then how am I going to do this or that? And I feel like Steve got to a point to where he didn't have to work for anybody else. Because as he said, I was able to have money in my savings. I was able to travel the world. So I don't think he's lazy at all. I think you have to sometimes take your mind beyond if someone isn't working for someone else and getting a regular paycheck, that means they don't have no job. Or because someone has enough money to not have to punch in the clock, that means they're lazy. He just has the luxury to be leisurely laying around and living off his savings. And I think some of us want to get to that point. And even he's still saying, it's not that I will never work again. I'm going to do freelance shit until I figure out what else I want to do. But I don't want people to feel like he's lazy or he's unemployed because it's not, he's self-employed. Most YouTubers are self-employed. YouTube, if you work for YouTube, if you have a YouTube channel where you're making money off of YouTube, you're a self-employed contractor. So I'm like, so if it's people on YouTube who make one video a month, and then they chill out the rest of the month because they make enough money to not have to keep doing more work. I can't wait to get to that point. I won't ever stop making videos like that, but I feel like we have to allow folks to be able to live that lap of luxury, to not have to work. A lot of rich folks do it all day. But that's just me. Anyway, let me move on because I can go off on a tangent. I do think she's out there only, but for other things, okay? Because when they got to the housewarming or whatever, they kind of bring up both of their concerns. Where he's concerned about her not wanting to compromise on 3 kids. He's not saying he does not want 3 kids, but he don't like how she's not willing to compromise if they can't have 3 kids. And I said that's true. That's very true. Okay. And her concerns again, him making the choice not to work. But we've already discussed that. Okay. I've already said my piece on that. We're gonna leave that be. Let's see. I see some comments. Does he have 3 months or 3 years of savings? I don't know. I ain't married to him. We shall see. Still got money. That's why he's not tripping. He just need to let Noy know what's up. True. And he may not want to let her know how much is in the savings. That man could have half a meal in the savings. And we don't know. And that's why he doesn't care. But because he haven't said, I have, if he have 2,000 in savings, Steve, get your ass up and go to work. But if he have 200 grand in the savings and he's renting somewhere that's, let's say, 1,000 a month, that's 12,000 a year. He can sit around and not do shit for a whole year and not be worried because he has enough in his savings to pay his bills and not need to do anything. But we don't know because he gave us his PIN number yet. He works a while to take the break. He has money saved. Wish it was me. You know, don't they usually have a finance convo built in where they talk about their income and show bank accounts? Yeah, but that doesn't happen until they're back. They've only been off honeymoon for like 2 days, so we haven't got to that point yet. People can only understand from their level of income. Period. Steve was Prince. Steve was Prince Akeem reincarnated. He trying to get to know her. Everyone can stimulate his intellect as well as his loins. That is fucking hilarious. That is so true. She may not be able to have kids. Noya's child is no them damn noodles. Now her friends, I'm sorry, no, his friends tell her he has a whole network of people he can tap into if he wants to work again. So he will be fine. I think the fact that his friends is like, he gonna be fine. I think they know how much he make, and they know he not gonna have any issue getting into whatever he needs to get into. Cause usually friends say, "Girl, you better save up your dollars," because he may not go back to work. And her friends tell him like, "Well, this so that Noy Dream was not about to be her being the primary breadwinner." But I'm like, right now, she ain't had to pay no bills. They live in an apartment paid for by the show. Okay. I don't think he has asked her to borrow any money. Until that man say, "Hey, can you cover my bills this month?" Until he says that, you can't complain about that man's stuff. Because right now, you're not paying any of his bills. And he ain't paying none of yours. But y'all do need to figure out what's gonna be the issue or what's gonna happen once y'all move in together in your own place or whatever. So this fight they had, and I won't even call it a fight, nor it was on some bullshit. So we know, as he said, because she still works or whatever, he likes to do as much as he can to help around the house. So he cooked, clean, and whatnot while she's working. So Noy then offered to cook them dinner because he usually does. So like, oh, that's cool. Fine, fine, fine. Now she eats some kind of noodles. He eat other kind of noodles or whatever. And so I think he maybe pulled out his noodles or whatever, but he then realized she didn't cook his noodles. She cooked her own noodles. And when I don't know, the noodles was supposed to be cooked. One pack was overcooked or whatever. He commented on, oh, well, these noodles are overcooked or whatever, so they can't be eaten. Not ate, they can't be eaten. And I don't know if those was his noodles or her noodles, but she got upset because he commented on how she cooked the noodles. And I'm like, how you fuck up noodles? You put them in some water and let them boil. So how you upset that you couldn't do the bare minimum of cooking them damn noodles, okay, which is some bullshit. Okay, and when he said I came out the room after putting my noodles out because she was cooking and saying she didn't cut on my noodles, so I cut on the noodles or whatever, thinking she would watch them, and she didn't. Okay, and then the noodles, I'm like, anywhere I go, the noodles fucked up. Okay, and she then packed a bag, took her damn dog sushi, or all that dog sushi, and left. Would not return his calls, would not talk to him, did not come back until the following day, like that afternoon. I was like, bitch, you left for a whole day over some noodles. The purchase you on the honeymoon though. On the honeymoon, I think I'm falling in love with him. I can see myself falling in love. But now you're pissed because he commented on how you cook noodles. I was like, no. Noi has to be short for annoying because you are the one compromise on the three kids is annoying, and you in the noodle situation piss me off. Now this is the thing. Okay, this is the thing. Um. Oh, let's see. Noodles were overcooked. So it was his noodles. Okay, so it was his noodles. But I'm like, girl, it was so childish. What is who leaves the house with their dog in the she went back to her house over them damn noodles. I was like, you know what? She had no business offering to cook him dinner if she was right. If you feel some kind of way like I don't want to milk me at all, and don't tell me that my noodles ain't shit. Well, I'm like, and grabbed her backpack like Dora the Explorer. I was like, noodles. You mean she can't cook noodles? Right. A 5-year-old can cook. It's water and heat. That's it. It's like pressing a fucking shirt. Okay. Anyway, when she come back or whatever, I didn't like how you talked to me, you know what I'm saying, about me cooking the noodles. I didn't like you didn't even say thank you. I'm like, bitch, you didn't cook his noodles. He didn't you didn't do it. He should thank you for what? For making him cut on the noodles? Backpack, backpack, backpack. I can't do y'all. It was dumb. It was so dumb. And he mentioned she posted something on IG. She left that man, did not talk to him, and then made this post on IG. Learning to say, nah, that should. Sorry, y'all. Learning to say, nah, this just isn't good enough will enhance your life greatly. You're allowed to say, this is simply not enough for me. You're allowed to have a vision for yourself, your life, your relationship, and refuse to settle for anything less. Hold on, y'all. My throat was dry. Yeah, me choked to death. But for her to make this post based on noodles, okay, saying allowed to say this simply isn't enough for me and refuse to settle for anything less. Making a whole post because your husband, who you just married 10 days ago, just mentioned how, you know, his noodles were overcooked. So he can't eat his noodles. And you're upset because you fucked up the noodles. It was the first time I cooked for you. Either way it go, you fucked up the man's food. Okay. What was he supposed to say? And I'm not saying he could not have said thank you, but they showed the footage. He didn't even say shit in a mean way. He was saying shit in, oh, the noodles are overcooked. Okay. I can't eat your noodles. And it was that simple. And she got mad. That's why I told this is how I was looking at everyone this whole episode. Okay. And I'm like, the fuck? The fuck? He commented on you fucking up the girl. And I like how he told her, look, there's healthy communication and unhealthy communication. And what you did leaving was unhealthy. You didn't even tell me why you were upset. I would have apologized for me hurting your feelings, but you didn't even give me that chance. And then you didn't talk to me over some damn cooked pasta. Get out of my face, Noy. Get out of my face. And you posting this on social media, knowing my family follows you, and they will see what you post and then contact me like, what she mean? This isn't working. So why would you? Right, she right made a post like he cheated. I was like, he didn't do shit. He didn't do shit. Okay. Noy was wrong for that social media post. Steve had a point putting her in her place. And this is the thing. he put her in her place in the most respectful, grown ass man. That's why I don't need to work and you do way. And that's why I feel like Steve is more put together than we think, because the way he was able to effectively communicate to her and saying, one, I did not know why you were mad. I did not know I hurt your feelings. Had I known, I would have fully apologized for it. But you getting pissed, not saying shit, leaving me, okay, and then not talking to me, not returning my phone calls, my texts, or nothing, and come back here the next day as if I really did something wrong to you is on bullshit. And that ain't gonna help shit work, okay, at the all. You probably should not have posted that shit on IG. She's like, I guess I should have hold it. You damn right you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have at all, okay? Noi is annoying. Noi is also immature. Noi is also so much in her head about what she thinks her life was supposed to look like. She's fucking up with a good person, okay? Because Steve has not given us any red flags yet. And Steve ain't perfect at all. I'm not saying Steve perfect. I'm saying he has his flaws as well. But what I'm saying is he's at least willing to have a conversation about when he's done something wrong to fix shit versus Noi ass who want that goddamn dog. Is it a cat or a dog? That animal to sleep in a bed. She wants 3 kids and now she's upset because he wasn't happy that she fucked up his pasta. You know how when you hungry and you waiting for the food and the food gets cooked and you can't eat it and bitch I gotta wait or figure out what else. My lips and my throat was waiting for them noodles and now I can't get them. And what it was the last batch of noodles and now he ain't got shit. I was like, get out my face, Noi, get out my face. Okay. Yeah, she may be a little crazy, deranged. I was like, what is wrong with her? I was like, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. We know this is not about them damn noodles and that post proved it. And that's the bad thing. If it's about something else, say that. But he can't read your mind. He can't read your mind. I was like, she gets on my nerves, okay? But we gonna leave him be, okay? Because again, Noi is always on some annoying ass shit. Let's get on to Olaf and Katina, okay? I really need to get, updated photos because her wig don't look as bad no more. Um, we see Olaf talking to his friend. You know what I'm saying? How he's so nervous, about sleeping with Katina. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to do. I don't know. What if I ruin it? Fuck that girl, leave it be. Part of me feel at first I felt like they already had sex, but the fact that he keeps talking about it and he do seem nervous, I'm like, you ain't fucked it for real. And the friend, like, you know what I'm saying? I've never seen you so, hung up on sleeping with somebody. So you must really like her. He also brings up how, she may not know how to grocery shop because she went grocery shopping for 2 hours and came back with bread and water. I say bread and water. Is she in prison? Is bread and like not even no lunch meat? No turkey, no ham, no pastrami? Who go and only do I said bread and water. I said, is she cheating already? Because bread in 2 hours for bread, girl. It made me laugh. I'm like, she had no list, nothing, girl. Bread. He's like, I wonder if she know how to grocery shop. And she said her response then was, I've only had a shop for myself for one person. I've never had to shop, for 2 people. I'm like, so you've never brought food to somebody else's house, you've never had to cook for more than one person. You've never had a group of friends over and you had to get other food for someone else. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. That was weird to me. I was like, what is going on? Um, I like her braids. Her braids on the after show are really amazing. Okay, I am also happy he cut his hair. That's what I gotta get a new photo of him. Oh yes, I'm confused. I swear, Elijah wanted. I thought they did, but he just seemed so like I don't want to, hurt her vagina. I think she did a break from him and pretended to go shopping. I know, but she couldn't pretend to get more food. I still think they hunched already and planned it up for the show. I don't see him as a good enough actor to not want to brag about begging his wife. As much as he bragged about how much sex he had before, I don't see him wanting to act like I don't want to. I don't know. I don't know. Bus was shopping the day of a major storm. And they only had bread and water. Girl, who knows? Okay, we never dated a black girl. We're gonna get into that. He looks like a D bag with his haircut. He looks he looks less like a D bag. He did. I'm like, oh, that's not bad. But anyway, the friend tell him like, bro, you overreacting. You thinking about too much. You're in your head too much. Calm down, chill out, bang your wife, and leave it be. And maybe, she just didn't know how to grocery shop. I'm gonna leave that be. And so when she talks to her friend about him or whatever, her friend in the conversation, I'm like, girl, her friend like, girl, what are you doing? Do you see him for who you see him for? Now she brings up how, I know Ola's a lot, or whatever, but I also realize that, I don't need to carry a conversation because he always has something to talk about. I'm like, so he overtalks you. It's weird when someone says, well, I know I won't have to carry the conversation because he talks for me. I was like, no, ma'am, you should want to feel like you can also carry a conversation despite what he does. The friend then brings up how when we sat and talked to him after the wedding, I felt like he just talked a lot and it was a lot of fluff. He do just talk and say words to hear himself talking or whatever. We see the flashback. If I'm saying that, whatever, I put in so much effort. I'm here for the right reasons. How I don't have an issue getting women or whatever. But he also brings up how I tell Katina all the time to not focus on the cameras. Don't focus on the producers. Focus on us. When the other friend then said, "You keep saying how much you keep saying how you say all the time you've known her for 12 hours." I was like, "Not you, right?" Which to me means sometimes he exaggerates on what he said because you can't say, I tell her all the time, you just met her yesterday. Okay, you ain't even had enough time for it to be all the time or whatever. So the friend then say, I feel like he kept talking so much that time to not allow us to ask him questions. Okay, he was trying to psych us out, and she brings up how he said that she was the first black girl that he's ever been with. Okay, we then see the flashback of him saying that, and this fool said because no, he's never found a black girl who was attracted to him. I said, oh, so we lying. Okay, he lying. This is my thing. Ola is an attractive man. Ola is also a black man. Okay, no part of Ola looks like, oh, he may be white. Is he white? No. To me, he looks like a black man, and anyone seeing him will see him as a black man. So for this black man who's attractive, who has charisma, who has a great body, to say, I've never found a black girl who was attracted to me means one or two things. You don't live in any area that has a lot of black women, okay? Or two, you are such a fuck boy, the black women around you ain't for your bullshit, okay? And that's all I can think about because if you were in any other area growing up, black women would have been attracted to you. Now, I'm not gonna say they want to be with you because once we see who you are, they make like, man, nah, I don't want this man. No, 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 no. And when Katrina, when Katina tried to say, well, no, I'm the first one he's been in a relationship with, okay, because he's half Irish or whatever. He has a mohawk, well, we know he's black. And I'm like, fuck. She said, we know he's black as if, for instance, okay, let's take Michael Jackson. Now, Michael Jackson is a black man who had children who no one will look at and say they're black. Okay. Now, had he looked like that, and for someone to say, oh, no one knew, no one would know, because no one would assume at all that Michael Jackson kids, has a black father. No one would think that. However, it was weird to me for her to try to make it seem as if anything about him would have anyone question if he's black based on him being half Irish. And friends said, but he looks black. Does he know he black? Okay. I just want to make sure that you address that because that's different for this black man to not to never have dated a black woman. It's weird to me. Well, we talked about it. We moved past it or whatever. Because I've been with him for 2 weeks, okay? And I just want people to give him a chance. I was like, I can't. Like, one is going, the lies, the lies, the lies. Okay. Maybe they first tried. Maybe they first tried bad and she got breaded. I don't know. That say I can't do that. Do we think his white mama, teach him to leave, to love and be with black women? Um, Not my like the daddy. I feel like he does not find black women attractive. This is what it is. Okay, this is what it is. But I would just like stay defending her husband. Okay, but again, she wants to be the of the wife who agrees with, and I was like, he resembles no face. I hope his dick don't. I really hope his penis does not look like Lil Fizz's penis. That was traumatic for me. But her friend was like, I'm saying, look, friend is me. It's weird that this black man who looks black and sounds black and talks black has never dated a black woman. Period. Okay. Period. Now at the housewarming or whatever, her friends don't really like Olaf. They don't dislike him. They like the fact that you know, he seems open, is what they said. But I'm like, y'all don't like him or whatever. They also don't understand why him and Katina has not had sex because she's a sexual person. So why hasn't he banged her? Um, I don't know. I don't know why it hasn't happened or whatever. But they do tell him if you want her to do stuff, you have to speak up, okay? Because she does want to be a good wife. So not has he dated a black man, dated a black man. Um, she wants to be a good wife. So if you don't not say something and then be like, well, she didn't do it. Well, you didn't tell her to. You not tell her. You didn't explain to her how you want her to do this or that as your wife. Y'all have to have those kind of conversations. And his friends were talking to him, his friends talking to her. Cause she brought up how sometime when he gets riled up or whatever, he be real extra, whatever. You say he talks really loud. Um, and the friend then said, like, sometimes when he gets mad, and I'm saying he do get loud, but don't take it personal, whatever. He's a loud talker. Let him cool off or whatever because he doesn't mean any harm. And I was like, does he though? I'm not sure. And I also liked her friends telling him, you need to have as much patience with her as she has with you. Meaning you can't just be getting pissed off or whatever because you feel whatever kind of way when she's been extremely patient with your ass. So please respect that. Okay. I was like, please do. Plus, it's a lot to do with him being raped by white women. He's more likely to date someone like his mom. Mm-hmm. Do you think Owen will make it? I really don't know. Mainly because um, I need to see if he's going to just not be an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Remember Katina said she didn't feel wanted by him. And I do think he wants her. I think he just does not know how to be with her. Because a part of me feel like the reason he has not had sex with her is because how would it look if we stayed together? How would it look if we broke up? And I don't want to look like that person who just banged her because I want to bang her and then, did not stay with her. But I'm like, sir, that's on you. He's now he's gonna report reports. His hair messed up too. He finally shaved the damn head off. I thought he hasn't slept with her because he was actually trying to take her seriously, unlike all the other chicks. He's one. It doesn't seem he's had a real relationship. I don't think he has either. And um, a part of me hopes he's trying to do the right thing, but it's based on his past. I don't know. And that's the hard part. We just don't know if this is, Elijah Wan or Isaac. Okay, who could it be? I think they are a couple to most likely make it out of all of them. That is true, but if they'll be together still at the reunion is the question. Okay, we gotta see. Thank you, Jamie Carter, for the super chat. She shouldn't just have to deal with him yelling and getting loud with her. I don't like that. I don't either. I feel like there's a difference between someone who just talks loud and they're not trying to yell at you versus someone who's yelling at you and people want you to just accept it. It's like, no ma'am, and no sir. But let's move on from these folk right here. But I want y'all to do something for me. I want y'all to do what? Like the video. If I can find the thing, where the thing at? Right there. Because liking is the point. Now, we're going to get on these too, but we're not going to talk about the bold and heavy situation until we get to the end. So that part I'm not going to discuss right now. I want to get to that on the end because all kind of other stuff happened. But Lindsey and Mark with his friend, you know, I really like how she's supportive. I really like how, you know what I'm saying, she wants to help me or whatever. And, you know, just be a supportive wife. So again, he's understanding, you know, she's doing more for him than other people have in the past, and he appreciates that. However, he also feels like, you know what I'm saying, but in public, around people, sometimes she be on some bullshit. And I don't know if it's he don't know how to handle her bullshit or he's trying to figure out how can I prevent her from being herself around people because it makes me uncomfortable. Okay, it makes me just uncomfortable. I don't know what to do. Okay, he and I like how he brought up. You know, we're having these incidents to where it's getting harder for me to get to know her because I'm having to see these red flags or whatever and work through that. And when he brought up the playing situation with her and Olaf fussing, the fact that he still is explaining it like it was her fault. You know, she was busting his balls. We could see that he was aggravated. You know, Olaf kept trying to give her, you know, outs to leave him alone, and she kept fucking with him. Further leads me to believe Katina and Olajuwon being aggravated with her was fully her fault because even he's saying it was her. Okay, and we keep having these issues or whatever, and they be on bullshit. And you know, he was bringing up how I want to see if I can connect with her because in those moments of conflicts or whatever, I'm uncomfortable when I stay quiet. And I think we talked about this last week on the panel, how he just handles things differently. He's not a confrontational person, even though he also feels like or seems like he's like a ball of fun. He doesn't like conflict, and Lindsey puts him in these situations where he I think he know eventually I'm gonna have to fight somebody defending her for her being on her bullshit, and that's the hard part that you know he don't want to deal with. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna call you back. Okay. And she is going to cause him to have to fight, and he don't want to have to fight. And I can see that's the I can see him thinking like, damn, if this how she is around people that we kind of know, don't really know, but kind of know, how would she be in a regular bar around strangers? How many men am I gonna have to punch in the face? Because she didn't say some bullshit. And for that reason, I see these red signs, these red flags. And he said, that's not you know, I don't want that kind of wife. You know what I'm saying? If we were dating, I could just leave her alone. But I can't because we married or whatever. And the friend, like, well, just tell her how you feel. And I think it's easy for someone to say, well, let her know how you feel. You know, just tell her, you know, I feel this way, I feel that way, or whatever. You know, let her know that. But he like, it's hard because she be on bullshit, on complete bullshit. Let me go back up to some things. That she's emasculating him. I agree. Lindsey and Mark need to call it quits. She is too much, and I can see why her fiance called off the wedding 5 days before the event. I can see that too. If Lindsey was a man and acted that way around other men, she would have been knocked out a long time ago. I feel like somebody should have tripped her. Lindsey is toxic. She is very, very toxic. Lindsey does too damn much all the time. Mark needs to speak up to Lindsey. He tells it to everyone but her. But this is why. Um, Telling her will cause conflict. Telling her will cause a fight. You can vent to your friends or to other people because they're not going to have this negative reaction. But talking to her, he already can see where it's gonna go, and he don't want to deal with that. Okay, she gonna put danger. Danger is what she's gonna put in. She's very masculine, not very masculine. It's very masculine. I mean, laugh at that. She doesn't even respect him. He shouldn't fight for her. I think he would have to. I think he feels like I would have to do that. Not that's the it's my my iPhone, so I don't change the ringtone. I haven't heard that in forever. Anyway, um, and she doesn't listen to she doesn't. So when they have the housewarming or whatever, and her family and their family and friends are there, she brings up how to his people that she saw he was frustrated or whatever, and she just wants to help him, whatever, you know what I'm saying, and that he's never really had anyone to be on the side. And he asked her people, how can I communicate to her that she needs to change her tone or not say things in public if she's pissed? And they said again, tell her how her actions make you feel. But I'm like, he did with Pat the cow, and she's still gonna do the shit. It's stupid, okay? And when her friend said, because she's gonna be too much, she's going to be too much. You know what I'm saying? But if you keep it bottled in how she makes you feel, you're gonna pop. And you're gonna pop, and then someone gonna say something that they're gonna regret. And I'm like, it wasn't Mark, okay? It wasn't Mark at all. We're gonna get to them in that bowling alley scene in a second. Let's get to Jasmina and Michael. I feel like not much happened with them, in my opinion. Um they both talked to their friends or whatever. Well, he talked to his sister about we had things to work through. I like that the sister said, y'all have to remember, y'all don't know each other yet. Okay, so you don't know what scars or what pain she's brought with her from before. Okay, you don't know what she's been through. So she may be being so standoffish because she's protecting herself. She's keeping her own space because she don't know you well enough to know if you can, protect her from what she's already been through. While that was a great explanation on a regular day, Jasmina is not a regular person. I feel like Jasmina just standoffish and wants things her way because that's just how she is. Not saying she's not been through things, but I also feel like the same understanding that his sister was saying for him to have for Jasmina, I don't feel like she would have that for him. And that's the weird part. Now, when Jasmina talked to her friend about him, and she's complaining about how we talked in the tone, I didn't like his tone. Friend said, but you don't like anybody's tone. And it felt like the friend was kind of validating my thoughts on how she is a difficult person in general. Not a bad person, but a difficult person who can dish shit she can't take. Because again, you don't like his tone, but I can sense in her when she's pissed, she has a tone too, okay? That people may not like. And when she brought up how he had female roommates and I did not appreciate him lying about it, her friend say, well, that's true. But I wonder if he felt like, you finding that out would be a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, but he may have thought that, and that's why he didn't say shit. But even, besides that, y'all need to learn to communicate better, okay, at the end of the day, because, that's what it is. And I like that, saying y'all don't know each other and him not sharing something means y'all don't talk enough for him to trust that he can be honest with you and how you may feel about his truth of him living with two women. Now, the thing is, he lied about it. He did lie. But I can see the friend's point of view and saying he may feel like because of how the interaction with them has already been, if she found out I live with two women, it's going to be an issue. So how long can I hold off on giving her that information? Well, I mean, just once it come up, you can't lie about it. So when Jasmine brings up how my issue really is, like when he think he right, he thinks he's right. And the friend said, but that sounds just like you. And she was like, that's not me. She's like, I've known you for 4 years. That is you. You never want to admit when you're wrong. I will admit when I'm wrong. I'm just rarely ever wrong. And when she said that, and a friend said, I said, see, Jasmina's issue is she is probably now with somebody who's just like her in different ways, and she can't accept that. She don't like that. And that's some bullshit, okay? I was like, Jasmina, I don't trust you yet. I really don't. I don't trust Michael either, but I do feel like she tries to place the blame on their conflict on him. And she never wants to take any kind of, well, it could be me too. Right. The friend was the MVP because the friend let us fans of the show see she full of shit too because you're complaining about things within him that you do the exact same thing. And I said that's why they be bumping heads because they both are alike. And until one of them let their guard down and stop trying to be the alpha, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some bullshit. And I was like, friend, we like you, friend. As a housewoman or whatever, they do seem to be in a better place. They both admit how having a conversation with Pastor Cal did, fix things a little bit and whatever. And she talked to her sister. I didn't really care. Um, because it wasn't as same old shit, same old shit. She did say though that she does like him. And the sister said, well, he wondered if you liked him. Like he did not know if you did or not because she's very dry. So I can get him thinking, I don't think she liked me. I really don't. And when she said, well, I like him, I just didn't know because he aggravated me or whatever, and he put me in a negative space, I didn't want to say anything nice. I'm like, so you want to, but you were aggravated based on bullshit. But I'm gonna leave that be too. Because I was like, whatever. And then when he talked to her friends and whatnot, it's like, how can I handle the next situation with her the next time we have a disagreement? And I also, like the friend said, how y'all gonna have conflicts because that's just how relationships are. Because remember, their first argument or their first disagreement was her feeling like we're not gonna have conflict. We're gonna have conflicts. I like the friend saying, in relationships, you have conflict. That's just a part of life. Cause she be on some bullshit, okay? But the friends told him as far as how to deal with them having a disagreement later that ask her where did the issue start. Okay, at what point did I make you upset? Because she will let things build up and then it'll be a bigger issue for no reason when the real Richie started being pissed happened 3 months ago. And she done let that shit, build up and build up and build up to now some bullshit and it's a whole fight. So that was cute, but that was all they had going on. Let's get to Chris and Alyssa in the bowling alley incident, okay? Because I was like, what's going on here? I don't know. But wait, like the video. I need some water. Just some quick water. Chris and Alyssa. Y'all know we hate Alyssa. Y'all know we love Chris, okay? Because Chris was the first person since I watched the show who fully got a fucked deal, okay? Was fully engulfed in the bullshit of Alyssa, okay? This was worse than Chris and Paige. This was worse than it was another couple, it was a black couple, and the dude, I can't remember. They the worst in my opinion because he fully was trying and she never did from the moment she saw him. And that was the most bulletproof shit that I've ever seen. So again, they've only known each other or they got married 11 days ago. Okay. And after, 10 days of being married, it's over. Okay, it's over. It's over now. And stuff. Okay. But it really, in my opinion, ended on day one. The moment she saw him and was not attracted to him physically, she was over it. She didn't tell him. And from that moment on, she was making excuse after excuse after excuse while still saying, but I'm a good person. I'm a really good person. No, you're not. You're not at all. Okay. Yeah, Chris did better than Paige. See, Paige dealt with Chris's stuff all the way up to decision day and into the reunion. That was the most dumbest shit I've ever seen. Okay. Um, See, that was the worst. Okay. So we see that they both have to tell their families, that they're divorcing. So Chris is telling his mom what happened. Okay. And how mainly frustrated, disappointed in the situation. I'm happy he's not sad. Okay, I'm happy he didn't like really like her in any kind of way, and be sad about her not wanting him. And he brings up how like every time I try to have a conversation with her about us, about why she didn't like me, about whatever, she would always get up and walk away. And when they played the montage of him calmly trying to be polite and talk to her and figure out like what's going on, I'm gonna get up. I don't like where this is going. I'm like, she would always get up and leave. Pissed me off completely. Okay. And the mom had the best, reply. It seemed like she just wanted to be on the show and not in the marriage. And I was like, right, right. And then even the mom saying, like, well, luckily you dodged a bullet because had, she been nice, nice, nice a little bit, it would have been worse had y'all been married longer. Like you got out of it quick, and that's a good thing. She ain't shit, Carl, okay? Leave her be. Leave her over there some damn way, okay? Because you would have went through more BS with her. That would have been bad. I say it really, really would have. It really, really would have, okay? Alyssa was sitting with her friend and lying her ass up, okay? Alyssa's still out here in these streets lying. Thank you rolled that beautiful bean footage. They had all the footage, okay? Chris has so much self-control because how does he not go off on her line? I think he probably felt like she wasn't worth it. I think they had not put in enough time for him to really give a fuck about her to want to go off, is my opinion. The producers were dragging us with those playbacks. The producers played every single playback to show how good of a person she was. And not only that, the fact that you were doing all of this to the producers, assuming none of this will make it to air. On camera to him, I'll try to act nice. But when I'm talking to the producers, I'm going to assume they're not going to show this. I could be a complete bitch to them about him. I can rant and rant and rant. Because my thing is, she made their jobs harder by consistently talking shit to them and not wanting to film scenes with Chris. So I feel like the producer, like, you know what, okay, if you only wanted to talk to us and not to him, we're going to show what you were saying. Okay? And now we're going to show all that. Why is this Muppet still here? Here's my question. We don't need to see them. Lord. Yes, it's over now. I feel like Chris can make Storm. It's over. It's over. Okay. Alyssa's lies are just excessive. She's completely delusional. She crazy, deranged. Alyssa was patting them tears just like Candace on Housewives of Potomac. It was on my nerves because it was his fate. And then Chris will meet someone who appreciates him. She won't find. Look, she not gonna find nobody. And I'm not gonna say she gonna find someone, but that's they tear to deal with. So we then see Alyssa talking to her friend. And Alyssa sat there. I didn't find him attractive, when I first seen him or whatever. His friends and his family told me like weird things. All his family said was he works a lot. And sometimes he works, the person he's with comes second. But as his wife, you want to pull him out of that. Okay. Even his friends saying, he likes to debate or whatever. And if he feels right, he'll, argue his point. But you didn't even see what that meant. You took what they said at face value and just again, like I said last week, you ignored your stranger husband, but listen to his family who were what? Still strangers. You put one stranger over the other. It was stupid. pit. Then the friend then said, okay, but did y'all like talk on the honeymoon? Well, no, but I was, people always knew where I were, you know what I'm saying? And if he wanted to talk to me, he could have come to find me. And when producers pulled the footage of every time he tried to talk to her, she would tell them to not let him talk to her. You tried to make it seem like that man played you, and producers played all the proof. They had all the playbacks that every time she would say, he wouldn't come talk to me. Here comes Chris. Don't let him talk to me. Don't let him come over here. Right. He couldn't talk to you because you would not talk to him. The friend then say, well, are you okay with your decision? Well, it wasn't my decision. I wanted to move forward with him. He didn't want to put in the effort to move forward with me. And again, roll that beautiful thing footage. And we see him consistently trying to talk to her and put in all the effort, and her declining him at every moment. Decline, decline, declined. Okay, like a poor person's credit card. Okay, declined round here. Okay, friend then say, I wish I could have met him. Could have got to know him, because I know I've told you in the past that, saying, you are very hard on men. Meaning the friend knows she probably on bullshit, and he probably was a good guy who she did not give the time of day. And this hefty thing gonna say, I'm gonna move to Texas and maybe meet my cowboy, but I first need to check with my therapist, not my therapist, but she's a therapist, my psychic. She pissed me off. I feel like she probably would, because Chris was on the after show, and Chris said, look, I want everyone to be aware it wasn't me, it was her. I tried my damnedest to meet her this way or the other way, but she just didn't want it. And he said, from the time we left the honeymoon, he said, because I did get her number finally. He like, we exchanged texts. It was like a 5 thing. Like you could read all our texts on one screen. And I was like, that's crazy. You only had it was a 5-line conversation. It was been, hey, what you doing? Nothing. It's over. So again, we don't want her in Texas. We don't want her over here. Okay. I was like, and he said she was crying because she couldn't continue to string him along. And right, her whole issue was he will not stay in this, because if he just stay in this, we can still be on the show. And she was mad because he would not be in her bullshit, and that was really it. He would not play along with her bullshit, and I like that he's seen through her shit. Like, I can see you, bitch. I see you. And I don't feel bad. Okay. I don't feel bad at all. Thank you, friend. We're on a panel tonight, so I want to be comfortable. But yeah, treat production right, they'll treat you right. You screw them over, you will be a public enemy number one. And this is the thing. She wasn't really mean to production. She just made their jobs harder, because her venting to them gave them all the footage they would need to show who she was. Period. And I'm like, you were this stupid. Okay. Her friend telling Alyssa what she want to hear, because the psychic gets a little chump change from her dumb ass. Honey, just stupidity. Okay. Now we see all of them together, honey, it's bowling alley. They all come together, all the people right here. Okay. And at this point, they're all meeting up mainly so that Chris and Alyssa can tell the couples that they divorced, so they leaving. Before they even get there, we see a couple of shits. They were talking about what they learned from Pat the Cow, the conversations or whatever. I don't really care. Lindsey being Lindsey. Let's get to the bull of the shit of it all. Lindsey being Lindsey. They're talking about, was it Noy? One of the wives said, I can't think of who it was. It may have been Katina. How the husband, either does or does not put down the toilet seat. And so the conversation of why y'all want it down, why you want it up. And Steve was trying to make a point. Lindsey stands up. Wait, let me talk, because I am the CEO and the administrator and the president and the originator of anybody toilet seats adjacent. Okay, I know all of the sanitary shit. I'm like, bitch, what? Who? Sit down. And I like how Jasmina said, let him finish his statement. Like you cut him off. But again, when Lindsey punk ass gets drunk, her whiteness comes fully out. It comes out of pores and it splashes on everybody. Okay, and I was like, Lindsey being Lindsey, thinking she know everything about whatever's going on, and it ain't got shit to do with you cutting folks off, whatever. So we have that. That's the first aggravating thing that we see. We don't care. So Chris and Alyssa get there. And again, Lindsey brings up as they talk about what they learned from Beth Cow, how I read somewhere that you can't have intimacy with someone if you've never had conflict with them because conflict teaches you how to respect boundaries. And I was like, what? And Katina face just looked like, what? Because my thing is, you do not have to have conflict with somebody in order to have intimacy with them. That's whatever. But Katina just looked, made a face, okay, and whatever. And then Lindsey asked Katina with a fucking attitude in her tone, why are you rolling your eyes and making? I say, bitch, don't do that. Lindsey, wrong road, wrong road, wrong road. You don't do it. Don't do it. And when Katina said, girl, I'm not arguing with you on camera today. I'm saying you already know. Do not talk to me, so stay over there. And my thing is, Katina's response to me was the most I don't want to cuss your ass out on camera, leave you the fuck alone way to say to someone, you know me and you don't get along, so don't try to come at me and check me on camera because bitch, I will punch you in your throat and we'll end up fussing on camera like we did last time. Leave it be. And it was because I feel like Lindsey gets drunk and she's annoying because she talks too much. And who know how long they had been sitting there listening to Lindsey talk about toilet and feces and, or whatever else she thinks she know. Okay. And Katina was just over Lindsey being Lindsey. And she didn't say shit. She rolled her eyes. And I'm like, the many times we've seen Lindsey roll her eyes when Alyssa was talking, it's the why is everybody calling me today? Um, girl, Lord Jesus. I ain't been live in 2 days. I won't call me when I'm alive. I called him back too. But anyway, so I don't feel like it was Katina just being upset. I think Lindsey was being Lindsey and Katina was over it. Okay. And when Katina said, you know, girl, I like how Olaf said real quietly, look, don't even let her, you know what I'm saying, get you upset. Like, don't let it happen. Then we seen Mark saying to Lindsey, like, look, let's not have an argument tonight or whatever I'm saying. It makes me uncomfortable. And I'm like, see, it was some bullshit. Now, when Chris and Alyssa get there, like, hey, we can divorce. It's over. You know, it'll be whatever. Fine. They divorce. You know, no one's really shocked. They're shocked, but not shocked. So they say that or whatever. Boom. Now Alyssa crying, you know, victim tears. You say camera time tears. That is what it is. Really bad, and no one believes you. No one believes you. Okay, no one feels sorry for you. They only feel sorry for him. So we have that happen. Okay, we then see Lindsey and Mark, you know, kind of fussing, kind of off camera, because you can see production like setting shit up and all in the background or whatever. And so, because she's off, they're both off camera. We hear their mics, they mic'd up. And when she asked him, why did your demeanor change? You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, he's like, you know, I just don't like how you spoke to her. You know what I'm saying? It made me, you know, uncomfortable, whatever. And based on y'all argument, and I like, why even do that? And I felt like it was finally him saying to her how he felt, which everyone keeps saying doing. And he kept saying, I don't know, because she got me on some bullshit. And what did she do when he's completely honest with her? You know, between them two, she gets pissed. She's pissed off. So, oh, you're okay with this woman roll her eyes at me and so you saw her being like a child? And I'm like, bitch, you the one I could. Lynn, I can't stand Lindsey. I can't stand that bitch from here to 10 but two. Can't stand her. And the fact that his point was, You know, this is how I feel like people who feel like they can do whatever and people have to accept their actions is racist and use their white privilege to their whiteness. For her to hear him say, y'all already at odds. You know y'all don't get along. So why even say that to why even attempt to check her? Period. A rational person would get you right. You right. Fuck it. But no. But no, cannot do that, okay? And she then say, well, it doesn't matter. You know, she was already pissed off at me. She was already pissed off based on whatever, the eye rolling or whatever. And he like, okay, but that's the reason to not go there. And the fact that she kept wanting to fuss with him and he's saying to her, it puts me in an awkward position. Okay, and I told you that. It makes me uncomfortable. And I'm like, listen to your husband. Okay, listen to your husband because if you don't, he gonna divorce your ass. Okay, and then she said, "Well, I don't like brushing things under the rug." I'm like, "Bitch, no one's saying brush anything under the rug. You don't ever have to check Katina because if you do, it's going to cause conflict amongst the group and it changes the fucking dynamic." And when he said, well, look, this should be a team effort. And if you don't get this as a team, it's not just about you. This ain't gonna work. And she then said, oh, I'm not a team for you. I put on a fucking hazmat suit. I took a day off work or whatever. So I put up with, I'm dealing with your shit. I was like, what? And this is why he kept saying, I do not want to tell her how I feel because it turns into conflict and an argument. She's not hearing what I'm saying. She doesn't give up what she don't care what he's saying. She just wants to feel like I'm right because I'm me. I'm a white woman in America and I'm always right. You should always side with me. And this is the thing. No one heard him say shit to her. All he said to her earlier was like, look, we don't want an incident. Like he quietly said to her, like, let's not make it an issue. But she wanted to this to be fight. And I like that he like, you know what? I'm walking away. Can't do it. I'm walk away. And then she said, oh, go call your mom and see if she will let you in tonight. He said, okay, we'll have another drink because she drunk. On bullshit. Now he's sitting there talking to Chris, and he like, look, she just doesn't get how she is. I'm saying, I don't like how she can, let things she won't let things go. She can't bear the hatchet or not speak up when she should walk away from certain situations. She don't know when to let you go. That man know eventually he gonna get into a fight with some man about her mouthing off to whoever. He's like, I feel like when she drinks, it heightens her confidence, okay? And it makes shit worse. So it changes the vibe with the group, and that's some bullshit. And if I check her, it causes a fucking fight. And I was like, yes, yes. She in the bathroom. She in the bathroom fully reading that man and dogging that man for I'm done. He's an idiot. He isn't a strong man. He can't speak up because his life is in crisis. He only makes 60 grand a year selling gym memberships, so he needs to chill out. I need to teach his little boy ass how to be a big bad ass bitch. I hate my husband. He's a pathetic loser. I'm sick of his bullshit. No one's wife will support him through his bullshit. He had a roach infested apartment I went to. He could have at least made me come. He can't give me an orgasm. He wants to pull it back because he has small balls. I don't see him as a good person. And when she have fun living in your roach infested apartment with your shitty income, I don't need you. I'm going back to my own place, and you can go back to your mama's. I was like, bitch, unloaded the clip, and this is the gotcha. I fully feel like she didn't realize that she was my. I think they don't get when the camera not on you, they can still hear you. They can still hear you. And I do wonder once he sees what she said, because again, you cannot get mad at someone and unleash all your anger because the shit will come back to bite you in the ass. She made fun of his income, said the man had rodents and small balls, talking about she needs orgasms, ain't coming back from that. And I'm like, even if they make it to the end of the season, once he see how she talked about him, he a fool to stay. A whole fool to stay. Because his issues with her was based on her actions. You are doing these things that make me feel a certain kind of way that I've told you I don't like, and I'm hoping you will stop causing conflict where there does not need to be any. All of her things about him were personal attacks about his life. And my thing is, him making 60K isn't bad. We know plenty of folks who don't make that a year. And if he makes 60K from selling gym memberships, oh, okay. But to dog that man out and then say how, he can't make you come. I'm like, but her family told him, her mouth is reckless. I feel like he now probably gets it, and he like this because he was sitting there hearing her yelling and shit from the bathroom. Not all of it, but he just heard her talking loud. She went in, but he has low self-esteem. His mother talked to him the same way. He would be back. That's horrible. 60K and Boston may be mediocre. It may be because it may be more expensive to live in Boston, but I'm still like he not like for anyone to say 60K a year is horrible. To me, it's like that's not nice. That's just not nice. I was like, I just cannot. She pissed me off. I was like, why did you go? You said but that's like when he told her, hey, can we kind of pull things back? She went into how, don't, when he tells her how he feels, she attacks him. And if she attacks him verbally, you know what I'm saying? Which is why he does not want to do what? Talk to her about how he feels. So everyone wants him to say, I feel this and I feel that. But he felt like I can't because if I do, she gonna dog my ass out. And it's gonna be a whole fight and I don't want to fight. Okay, I don't want to fight. Anyway, that was the whole episode, y'all. I'm going to end it here because I have to get ready for the panel tonight. I gotta do my graphic, y'all. And stuff. Okay, and stuff. Now, do not forget the panel was tonight at 9:13 on my channel with me and Bondi, NEC, and Jamie. Okay, every Thursday. We is on my channel tonight at 9:13 Eastern time. And we're gonna have a whole good time around here. I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's live for Married at First Sight. I will have other reviews up tomorrow. We'll talk about this even more. We may open up to have folks come on our live tonight. I don't know yet. We will see. But again, thank y'all for tuning in. Do not forget to like this video, comment in the comment section on the replay, and to subscribe to my channel. Other than that, I will talk to you later. I gotta go. See you when I see you.